Hello, beautiful people. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I just am here, the creator and writer of the Odyssey Says newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I am here for another daily motivational video where we use the tarot to become alchemists in our lives and to teach us how to become spiritual beings. A little bit of me. I do not just use the tarot. I use God and cusses in the same sentence, and I may mispronounce some things. If it does not stop Charlemagne of God, it ain't gonna stop me. It ain't gonna stop me. It ain't gonna stop me. I'm gonna give me a little theme song. Let me fuck it up on these toes. Alright, angel number 34. God, guardian angels, ancestors, what information do you have for us to become that guardian, God, guardian angels, ancestors, what information do you have for us to become alchemists of our life, to help bring heaven on earth, or just to do magic in public? What information do you deem worthy for us to grant this time? Deliver these messages to me and through me. God, name I pray. Ashe. Alright. Alright, y'all. Let's make this in 2 cards, please. There ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ooh. I'm sorry. I just cannot get over respect. Give Jennifer her things, okay? Efficiency and risk. Efficiency and risk. With this card of efficiency, we see like this angel kind of like sitting under this desk that says in and out. And we see that there is nothing in the end but a whole bunch of stuff out. I feel like what God is saying, like maybe during this time, we're learning how to be more efficient in our processes, efficient when we take in risks. I really, for some reason, when I'm getting this message of efficiency and risk, I'm hearing that we're changing the way that we take risks. We're changing, and again, I'm hearing that message again about changing the way that we look at faith. So often we think of faith and we think about taking leaps of faith as us literally leaving a job or moving across country or moving to a foreign country, and we have celebrated those things as leap of faith. But God is saying that the true leap of faith, the true test of faith, is to sit in an uncomfortable situation, to take the risk, and to trust that God is going to bless you and see you through. God is saying that, I feel like what God is saying is take the risk on focusing on making plans and sticking to those plans and taking a risk to bet on yourself. Okay, God. That's all. That's what I got. Take the risk to bet on yourself. God is saying, instead of constantly looking for outside sources or constantly looking at different paths or looking at how other people do their things and trying to figure out how you can do it like them or all that other stuff, God is saying, create a plan. No, he's saying, first of all, you have an idea. Write that idea down on paper. Create a plan on how you're going to do it. Break it down into tangible, doable steps, and then just do that shit. Simplify it, make it efficient, and then just do it over and over. What I realized is this year I decided that I stepped away from IG because there was a point where I was like really focused on my IG page and trying to get people to, you know, get the most subscribers for Honestly Sis and try to go viral. I don't know what the fuck I was doing, honestly, y'all. Now that I think about it, it's like none of that shit even makes sense. But at the time, that's what I was doing. Like, I was listening to, you know, like the Maddie Jones and being like, oh, I gotta post every day and I gotta do this. And I was just trying to do all of these different things. And guess what? One time I did get a big wave. Like, I swear to God, I swear that was like the best day. I just hope I can't wait till I feel that feeling again. But it was just like one day I just got like 50 subscribers in one day, and it was like my phone just like kept pinging over and over and over, and I was just like, oh my God, like what is happening? Like I was like really freaking out. But it was because my leak had reposted one of my stories from my page, and people saw my page and then they started to subscribe on it. And like I was so excited, but guess what? Because I was so focused on the content, I got all those people and I didn't have a story to give them. I had no information. Like I was like scrambling, like it was just embarrassing kinda. And I realized that I was focused on the wrong things. And so this year I really took my time to be like, okay, I'm stepping away from IG and I'm just gonna completely focus on being consistent and Honestly Sis, and making sure that I have these videos out on time, having my articles, like just being consistent in my work, being consistent creatively. And in that process, I realized that for the first time, like, I have content, literally written content that all I need to do is type out, edit, till 12/14/21, and we're in the beginning of September. And that only happened because I focused, and I was like, okay, I gotta, like, fuck all the bullshit. Like, let me just do this. Let me just focus on getting my content out. Focus on making sure that I am scheduled 2 and 3 months in advance. Now that I know how to do that, and I'm actively doing that, because right now I'm a month and a half out, and before I start diving into my IG stuff again, I'm about to make sure that I'm 2 months out. But it's like, now that I know that, I have this content ready to go, now I can focus on, okay, let's do the other side of it. And that's what you have to realize. A lot of this stuff is trial and error. You just have to figure it out. But it's like, you have to take the risk on betting on yourself and trying to figure it out, and not being like, when it don't work out the first time, just being like, damn, well, we quit. Like, I literally was writing articles about Honestly Sis, probably said it on here a couple of times, like, fuck IG, I'm never doing social media. But I have to be honest and realistic with myself and be like, well, I was getting people on IG, whether it was 2 people a week or not, was because I was posting on Instagram. So it's like, I can't be completely just ignorant to the fact that it helps my business. You see what I'm saying? The moral of the story is, you have to bet on yourself. You have to be willing to go through those trials and errors. And what God is saying is, the leap of faith is not in you trusting, is not in you trying to make the move yourself, but trusting God to see it through. Okay? All right, God, give us a tool that we can use to help us understand this message of efficiency and risk. How do us trusting you, taking a risk on betting on ourselves and betting on the spiritual world, and just being more efficient in our work, how does that help us bring our dreams about? How does that help us get in the vortex? How did that help us bring our dream life about? Allow no room for doubt or confusion. Just one card, guy. Give us one tool that we can use. That's one tool that we can use. I love when that happens. So it says, our very behavior adds to the planet's well-being. When you remember that nothing can come into your experience without your vibrational invitation of it, and when you remember that the very behaviors of others add to the balance and the well-being of your planet, even if they offer behaviors that you do not approve of, and that you do not have to participate in the unwanted behavior and will not unless you give your attention to it, you become more willing to allow others to live as they choose. And I feel like that's what God is saying, is that again, it's about, like, mentally taking a risk with this card to simplify it. And I'm trying to use these cards more, but I'm really not, to be completely honest. I really don't like how these cards are worded. That's why I always go back to the law of attraction cards, but I'm gonna work through it. What this is trying to get you to understand is that there may be a lot of people in the world who's saying this is a certain way that you have to define success. It may be people, and matter of fact, we've seen that. Everybody has their rules and their blueprint on how you can succeed. And that's fine for them. What God is saying is that you don't have to be like them. You don't have to do what they do. You can choose in your heart. You can take the risk to be like, you know what? I'm going to bet on me, and I'm going to bet that I can change my life just by controlling my thoughts and what I believe. I feel like for so many of us, and I know, and maybe not for some, let me speak for myself. I have been guilty of being like, trying to get people to understand what I'm trying to do, and being mad at them when they don't understand or they don't get it. Like, I think the reason why I've been so angry with my dad is because for my whole life, he's always looked at me as, like, you know, this golden child. He's calling me the franchise, and I'm just like the best thing since sliced bread. And now all of a sudden, because I'm not successful, or I don't know, it's like now all of a sudden I'm like this lost child, or I don't know myself. And it's like, I actually know myself better than ever, you know, like I actually am way more focused and assured and confident in myself. I actually feel successful inside versus when you looked at me as success, you know, like that's what it is. It's like I have been mad that people don't view me as successful anymore because I chose to bet on myself. But I can't get mad at them because they can't see what I see. All I can do is focus on me and take the risk in believing that I can do this. It's not about anybody else. This is my life that I have to do. This is the risk that I'm willing to take. And that's how you have to be. You have to be willing to be like, I don't care what nobody else is doing. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm focusing on. And that's what I had to tell myself. Like, I don't give a fuck what nobody else is doing anymore. This is my lane. I'm going to see this through. I'm going to do as many videos as God asked me to do. And I'll tell y'all when it starts getting close to the end. I'm going to go ahead and keep doing Honestly Sis, because I feel like that's supposed to stay with me forever, because it feels so organic and it feels like it really means something. I don't know. It moves something and it touched something in my soul, and it also is helping me grow. The same thing with these videos. I'm going to see my book through, because for some reason I feel like it's like connecting me even deeper to my spiritual side. And it's just like, I got to see all this shit through. And I don't care if people see me as a failure. I don't care if people see me as crazy, as a black wolf. I'm not judging myself no more. I'm letting it go, and I'm focusing, and I'm taking a risk to bet on my goddamn self. The other card that came out is, there are many right ways for us to behave. It is possible to live upon this planet with a large number of other beings who believe and behave in a variety of ways in peace. So again, what God is saying is, we don't all have to be doing the same thing. We don't have to all think the same way. You think in a way that you think, feeling, I just really feel like God is like, we got to stop this fucking hive mentality. We're killing ourselves. Your God is your God. It's you. It's what you feel like is okay. And the world got us feeling like if we all are individualistic, then we gonna go crazy and kill each other. And honestly, we'll probably have more peace if we just accept ourselves and accept others. The reason why we got so much fucking chaos and turmoil in the world is because people are denying parts of themselves and then beating people up because they can't act that out in the real world. They doing shit undercover, killing people, all this other stuff, because they so fucked up inside. But if we all just come out and be like, I'm fucked up, I'm not okay, and really just told our story honestly, we can fucking heal. If white people would just be like, you know what, I know that slavery is fucked up, but I feel guilty and I can't do shit about it, then we'll be fine. But then you denying your privilege, denying that this is even happening, talking about let's not even dwell on it, then let's not even fucking acknowledge it. We can't move on that way. Nobody's trying to fucking villainize y'all, but you gotta realize that some of this shit gotta change. Like, how much more? I just get, to me, I like literally, this is on a tangent, but it's like, I cannot even fucking read my fucking daily skim. I was getting like a skim of the fucking news without getting mad, because it's like, why are we trying to go backwards? Why are you trying to tell women what the fuck to do with their body? Like, why is this even a conversation right now? When we fucking have the world in fucking chaos and half the people got COVID, but yet we have fucking music festivals going on. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, if this don't feel like a fucking simulation, like, if this don't feel like some bullshit, then I don't know. And I look at this world and I look at how crazy and how irrational it is, and I choose to be like, well, if people can make sense of that, then I can make sense of my peace and my love. I can make sense in bringing heaven on earth. I can make sense on working on doing what the fuck I love. I don't have to focus on that. I don't have to make that chaos my norm. When you are able to focus in such a way as to only allow your alignment with source, even though others are choosing to behave differently than you are choosing, then you are truly free from bondage of attempting the impossible task of getting everyone to agree on one right way. One right way leads to endlessness. Many right ways allow expansion. There is no one right way to live. There is no one right thing. And it's like we just have to have acceptance. Period. All the way across the board. We need acceptance and equality. Period. Like, if you don't even understand why why that's necessary, then I don't know where you are. Like, it's like, why are we having these conversations in 2021? You would think we would be way more advanced as a people, but No, we just keep going through this cycle of insanity over and over and over. And I feel like the reason why we keep going through this cycle of insanity over and over and over is because instead of us good people just being like, you know what, I don't give a fuck what they own, I don't give a fuck what they believe in, I'm going to believe in me, I'm going to believe in doing these things and just bringing them about, our world will be okay. But we are so fucking scared. We want everybody to love us. We want everybody to like us. We want everybody to be on our fucking wave and to understand us instead of taking a risk of understanding that it's okay to be different. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to stand in your honesty and your truth. It's okay to not be like anybody else because God did not fucking bring us down here to be carbon copies of ourselves. Take them dumbass Yeezys off. I have the power to direct my own thoughts. We keep talking about heaven and hell and these people going to hell because he brought a pregnant woman body and how much. Like, nigga, we living in hell. Like, don't y'all realize it? This is hell. This is hell. We are in hell every day. When you are living a life that you don't want to live, you're in hell. When you feeling like you're powerless, you're in hell. You're in hell now. The hell is in the mind state. It ain't in the body. It's in your fucking mind. But you have to choose to take the risk to bet on you to do things differently. I don't know about y'all, but I'm at the point where I'm like, I gotta see this shit out. I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't want to do it my way no more. Like, I know y'all, I told y'all I applied for one more job. I'm not applying no more. From now on, I'm making this promise to this channel because I'm sure it's going to be around next year. Angel number 1640. I'm not applying for another job. For this year, I'm betting on me. For this year, I'm putting all my time, effort, and attention on me. I don't care how fucked up my job is. I'm not focusing on that shit. I'm not focused on no bullshit. Nothing that takes my attention away or that's trying to bring me down or that's chaotic. I ain't got time for it. I'm going to do the bare minimum and I'm going to bring my fucking dreams about. I'm going to do the shit that I said that I'm going to do. I don't give a fuck what's going to happen. Because if all this crazy bullshit can go and can be normal in the world, why the fuck can't my love, light, and bringing heaven on earth can't be? Alright, let's get us a worker like get out of here. God, clarify this message of efficiency and risk. What are you trying to get us to understand about our very behaviors add to the planet's well-being? There are many right ways to be right. Having the power to direct our thoughts. God, what are you trying to get us to understand about taking the risk on betting on ourselves, God? What are you trying to get us to understand that it's okay for us to just trust ourselves and to trust of our dreams and just bet on ourselves? Like, God, what are you trying to get us to understand about us accepting our individuality? Allow no room for doubt or confusion. Like, at this point, I know Lil Nas X is just like, again, they fell for it again. Cause like dummies, like how many, like, oh my God, this. If I thought about the shit that happens on social media, like it's just, and the crazy thing is, people, like, we have been saying, like, well, social media, it's just social media. It's not real life, but it's stemming out in real life. Like, these niggas is doing shit in real life to record, to put on social media. So we can't just keep saying, well, it's just social media. No, like, bitch, we gotta stop normalizing this shit. Fucking crazy motherfuckers. Okay. Sorry, y'all, they crazy. So the card underneath this that we're not going to focus on, but I would like to let you guys know, is Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, mystic, priestess, and teacher. And so again, like, I feel like what God is saying, take the risk on allowing yourself to be the teacher. Take the risk on allowing yourself to lead. Take the risk on asking yourself, what do you believe to be true about your life? And allow that to control your mind. Allow that to make your decisions. Okay? But the card we're going to focus on is Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? Woo! All about, what I've been talking about. Take a risk. Take a risk. Take a risk. You know, I'm really glad I did these messages, y'all. I really wasn't going to do them, but I'm glad I got the fuck out my own way. Because it ain't about me. It's bigger than me. I knew I was going to feel better the moment that I started doing these videos. And that's what God's trying to get you to understand. The reason why you feel like shit is because you're so stuck in your fucking head. It's because you keep weighing the pros and cons. Indecision leads to stagnancy. Make a decision so that you can move on. Okay? Make a decision so you can see some growth in your life. So you can feel fucking better. Stop going back and forth. Inquiry card. The Priestess is a teacher dedicated to service, freedom, and leadership. You don't have to have it all together to lead. In fact, it helps if you don't. No one wants a perfect angel who hasn't made any mistakes. Let your life be your message. Don't underestimate the power of sharing your story. It's by hearing someone else's journey that we feel less alone. We realize that we're actually all in this thing called life together. The difference between a follower and a leader is that a leader has the courage to go first. In stepping out, they shine a light on the path for others to venture forward too. Don't fret too much about trying to work out who is in your tribe. Don't get stuck in age, income, hobbies, or occupation. The best way to discover your tribe is to look in the mirror. If you are feeling called to lead, chances are it is because at some point in your life you long for someone to lead you. Your tribe are longing for exactly the same thing as you were and are, and might only be one step behind you. Hell, they may even be right alongside you. You don't need anyone's permission, just the courage to step up. Embrace your struggles, the peaks and the throws. You don't need to know the way, just believe that there might be a different one. Your tribe is waiting for you. Step forward so they can find you. Ooh, angel number 13, angel number 2134. How are you being called to step up and lead? How can you be the leader you wish you once had? And it's so funny that this came up because when I went to like a little spiritual retreat for a night, what came up, or the prompt that we worked on, was how can we build a culture of trust? And what I realized is that I have been involved in a lot of organizations. I mean, from mentoring to yoga, I mean, the list goes on, to where I felt like the organization meant one thing, but then when I got behind the curtain, or when I got closer, I realized that it was not what it appeared to be, and that it was misleading, and that it was being done from a lower vibrational place than what I thought it originally was. And I realized that why, honestly, sis, is so important to me is because I just want to live in a culture of transparency. Like, I just believe it's power in telling your stories. I think the reason why we love Toni Morrison so much is because we read her stories and we understand, and we get to understand and see a snapshot of that point in time in life, like how Black people were. Like, sometimes I look at Toni Morrison as like a kind of like a historian, a documentarian, in a certain type of way, because, you know, it's just like, it feels so real, you know. But I feel like sometimes we need to move beyond the medium of stories and movies and podcasts, you know, like the entertainment, and just to strip all of that shit bare and just get to the truth. And just like, because sometimes people miss the messaging sometimes, and I feel like that's why God has me doing what I'm doing, because yes, I love hip-hop. Yes, I can literally point you to all the Jay-Z verses that has guidance and insight that help me live my life and help me understand myself and help me make a decision. But the thing is, I feel like God is like, he's tired of the subconscious. He's tired of the subtext. He's tired of people having to dig for the clues. He just needs to spell that shit out. People just need to know. People just needed to just literally be like, hey, do X, Y, and Z. Hey, look at your limiting beliefs. Hey, sometimes you need to examine your past, not to stay stuck there, just for you to see how you can go. Hey, sometimes instead of trusting on other people, you just need to trust on yourself. Like, people just need to fucking hear that shit. This shouldn't be some fucking mystery. You know, like it should be some shit that I'm trying to channel, and yet here we are. I don't know any book. I'm sure there are books that says these things, but to me it's all under the guise of do XYZ, get this magazine, get this planner. Like nothing is telling you how you are the God source, how you are the beginning, the middle, and the end. It all is on you. I don't see a book that says you the fucking God. Yes, conversations with God, and we kind of eventually got there, but nobody don't want to just straight out say you the fucking God, except for the fucking anyways, I'm not gonna go there. But it's like when you say you're a God, all of a sudden you're blasphemous. It's the fucking truth. You know, like it's just like it's literally the truth, and it doesn't have to be like this mysterious, oh, you witchy type of thing. Like sometimes I get very offended when, you know, people are like, oh, you're doing them cards and blah, blah, blah. You need to be careful. And it's like, see, I know you couldn't possibly listen to any of my messages because they're probably the most spiritual messages I ever heard. People don't have, all preachers are not going to preach in a pulpit. And honestly, that's the fucking problem. God is like, I'm tired of them lying motherfuckers. He doesn't want that. That's not how this next generation of leaders and this next world is going to be led, by us lying and falsely believing that we all have to be a certain way. We don't need rules and regulations. We need people to realize that the power is inside of them. And in order for that to happen, the patriarchy tree must die. All of this shit got to be wiped clean. And in order all this shit to be wiped clean, you got to take the risk to bet on yourself so you don't get caught up in all this chaos and all this bullshit. It's not hard. And that's why they don't want you to die, because it ain't that fucking hard. Because it's like when you start realizing like, oh, that makes sense. Oh, this makes sense. Well, why would like, you just got to question yourself. And I know I probably sound like one of them hotep people and whatever, but I don't know none of that shit. I just know what's true to me. I just know the life that I'm living and who I'm trying to be. And I just got to trust that God wants me to lead. God wants me to do these things. And I'm not going to keep questioning it. I'm just going to walk it out. Noah, he did it. He questioned this shit the whole time, but he built that motherfucking raft. And that's what I'm going to do. I may be like, I don't know what this means or how it is, but I'm going to see it through because I trust God. I'm taking the risk to trust God because we're birthing a new age. Okay? We're birthing a new age. Age number 2727. Okay, y'all, that's all the messages I have for you. I apologize for the message kind of getting kind of rambly towards the end. But I really want you to understand that God is saying is that it's time for you to be efficient in your life. And being efficient in your life is just by you allowing you to lead, taking the risk to bet on you and not doing what other people are doing, and knowing that by you stepping into your God power, you helping bring those creations to life, that is how you help bring heaven on earth. Okay, y'all, that is all the messages I have for you. If you made it to the end of this reading, give me a thumbs up. If you made it to the end of this reading, you are not subscribed and you like this content, what are you waiting for? Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never, ever, ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. Namaste. See you soon. And you already doing it, boo. Bye.